Wii U, 3DS and the Switch losing features, new games, one being delayed, new updates, and more Switch Pro rumours. Let's get on with it. Welcome back to Switch News, the weekly Switch News series that I do. Sometimes it's more than weekly if there's more news, but anyway, we've got so much to crack on with today, so subscribe and let's crack on. So the 3DS and Wii U are losing features, but it's not just those two, the Switch is as well. So as of October 25th, you can no longer log into your Nintendo account by linking Facebook or Twitter to your 3DS or Wii U, but this also applies to the Switch too. You can't link your Nintendo account to Facebook or Twitter anymore. And I mean, I've never really done that. I don't really know the point of it, but there you go. And as such, you can no longer use the 3DS or Wii U image sharing feature either. So as far as I'm aware, on the Switch side of things, you'll still be able to share screenshots and videos to social media. You just can't log in to your Nintendo account using the login with Facebook or Twitter. I've never done any of that. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I've always just used my email to log into accounts. I don't like redirecting through a totally random website like Facebook or Twitter because I don't trust them anyway. Does this affect you? Let me know. As for the 3DS and the Wii U, well, you know, it's coming to the end of the life, isn't it? Nintendo are getting rid of them by March next year in terms of they're shutting the eShop, so this is a slow ramp up to losing features and stuff. There's a new game announced for next year, but it's not confirmed for Switch, called Trinity Fusion. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, it's a serious Metroid Dread clone. Seriously, just look at this. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I absolutely love Metroid Dread. You all know I'm a Metroid fan here. So I'm all up for new Metroidvanias in general because I love them. But to me, this is almost so close it could be seen as infringement. I mean, if it comes to Nintendo Switch, I'll give it a try. But just look at these scenes. I mean, even the art style, like the backgrounds and stuff that they've shown, just looks a little bit too close to Dread to me. And even some of the enemies and the animations, it's almost like they've just reskinned Dread. I don't know, but I mean, it looks cool. Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, if we get any update in terms of whether it's coming to Switch or not, I'll let you know, but so far they've not announced that it is coming to Switch. I just wanted to bring it up because it looked like a Metroid ripoff. Now this one's a bit random. Atari are releasing a collection of 150 micro games on October the 13th called Atari Mania. And basically it's just mini games, almost WarioWare-esque. And it kind of looks cool for the retro lovers, that they're probably the ones this is aimed at. It looks like a good bit of party fun. I mean, for me, I absolutely love WarioWare. I always have. They're just so fun. But there's an element of fun in WarioWare that I feel is kind of a little bit missing in this. It's just kind of here's some retro-inspired mini games. Cool. I mean, it is pretty cool. I might get it, maybe. But yeah, it's not quite got that quirkiness that WarioWare has for me. Doom ripoff Prodeus, is it called Prodeus? That's how I'm saying it, by Humble Games has been delayed. Now this game, I do have to admit, even though I've just called it a ripoff, it looks amazing. I'm a big fan of the original Doom games and the 2016 remake and whatever came after that, I can't remember the name. And well, this is basically all of that combined. But yeah, it has been delayed with no date in terms of when they're going to release it on Switch due to bugs, but hopefully we'll see it soon. So everything else, like the other systems, I think it's coming out as planned, but just on Switch it's been delayed because they found some major visual bugs. And well, I respect them for delaying it. I'd rather have a delayed game that works when it comes out rather than a rushed game that doesn't work. But the art style and stuff literally looks like you've got 2016 Doom and then just skinned it with the old school Doom, and it looks fun, you know. It looks like mindless fun. Mario Strikers, not that anyone cares, receives a second update and it is now live. This update features Pauline and Diddy Kong as playable characters, a new stadium, new gear set, a bunch of fixes and changes. It's added striker rankings to the main menu and more. But I'm more concerned with does anyone actually play this? I mean, I know that when it released, there was a big issue with content being in the game. Like, there just wasn't much, and the whole like online thing didn't seem to work too well. It's not really my cup of tea. I'm sorry, I'm not into football or soccer. If you're in America, it's not my thing, but you know, let me know if you play this. I mean, it looks cool. Okay, now the big news of today or this week or whatever. Yeah, there's more Switch Pro or Switch 2 rumors going around. So Centro Leaks on Twitter shared information from the subreddit Gaming Leaks and Rumors of a supposed Nvidia employee confirming a new system on a chip or an SoC called the Tegra 239, which apparently has 8 cores for the second generation of the Switch that supports DLSS 2.2 and Raytracing, and apparently this puts it in line with PS4 performance. So take this with a complete mouthful of salt. You know, this is a rumor. Take it with not a pinch of salt, a mouthful of salt. And yes, it could be utter rubbish, but the Nvidia Tegra X1 system on a chip SoC that's currently in the Switch and has been since its launch, well, this is actually tech from 2015. That's 7 years old, and many agree it's time for an update to a new SoC, leading to a more powerful Switch. And yeah, I do agree as well. If the Switch Pro or Switch 2, whatever they name it in the end, supports DLSS in any way, shape or form, then we will be seeing absolutely amazing results in the next Switch. Now, before I go on a little bit more about ray tracing and DLSS, just addressing this rumor. Yeah, okay, like I said, take it with a pinch of salt or a mouthful of salt. Is probably a load of rubbish. However, it is a 7-year-old chip that we're using in the Switch at the minute. The Switch itself is 5 years old. Yes, Nintendo themselves said we're only halfway through the life cycle, but that does not mean that the Switch name is going to change. So the Switch itself may be set for 10 years, but maybe in like a year or something, we'll get a Pro version, which then lasts another 4 years before whatever Nintendo do after that. Do you know what I'm saying? It could just be rubbish. This could even be information for the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro that maybe is in 5 years. Who knows? Maybe it's just internal testing and this is not for us to know about at all. It might just be a load of rubbish that nothing comes to pass, because remember, when companies do stuff, especially hardware-wise, they're going to test lots of different things before they actually settle on something and then bring it to production. So this could just be a testing phase and then it gets overtaken by something else or whatever it may be. Again, I am hopeful for a Switch Pro because I don't think that the Switch needs to be changed. I don't think there needs to be like a new system like, you know, GameCube to the Wii to the Wii U. I don't think there needs to be a whole new thing. I think Nintendo have got a jackpot here with the Switch hybrid system. Just keep it the same. I've always said this, keep it like iPhone, release the same thing every year, but just more powerful, right? The Switch in turn could be Nintendo's last ever console and just continually getting more powerful, keep the backwards compatibility, blah, 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 and then we're all good. So yeah, I mean, I think this is probably a load of rubbish. It is just rumors after all, but you know, there could be some minor truth in it. Who knows? But going back to DLSS and ray tracing, well, if you're not technically minded or you don't really know about this kind of stuff, well then don't worry, because I do. But that is far too much information for this video alone. And luckily for you, I've already done an entire video all about this, explaining what DLSS is and ray tracing and how it could actually affect things, looking at examples from the PC world, because that's where I originate from, right, is the PC world. And it's already in place on PCs, so we can already see what we can do with it, the before and after. I've got comparison shots on there and everything. So go and check this video out just here if you want to learn all about ray tracing and DLSS and what it could mean for the future of the Nintendo Switch. And to be perfectly honest, it is going to be amazing if they do pair up with Nvidia to make a chip that can support this stuff. It would be amazing. I'm not overly fussed on ray tracing, more to do with DLSS, but I go through all of it in this video. So just watch it and subscribe.